Hey, what's up everybody? As promised, we reached the 15 subscriber mark, so here is the how-to video on how to make my version of the Simple Compact Potion Lab by just pushing a button and then it all comes on down for you. So let's go build it. First, let's make it daytime. Alright, so this is what behind the wall, this is all the wiring. This is all that's going on. So what happens is, say you want a potion of swiftness, okay? You push this button, the button on this side, this torch goes out, this torch goes on, out, and then on. So behind this one is your sugar. So, oops, didn't mean to do that. So that torch will make that one fire, but make none of these other top 6 dispensers fire, because it needs the torch for it to fire. So, and then it will send the signal, the redstone signal, all the way around, which will do your original items the items that you need, which is glass bottles and nether wart. But say you want to make, let's say, potion of swiftness extended. You'd pull this lever, then it would send the signal turning this torch off, this one on, off, on, and then it would go into this block and send it to this repeater, which then sends it to the piston below, and then it'll push this sand up here and block and put it, oops, and put your sand right there, so that when you go to hit your potion of swiftness button, it'll send up here and do the normal thing, but then it'll send the current wire, whatever you want to call it, up here and into this and through the block and into the dispenser. Any other way, it would just sit there and do nothing. So these still get powered, but they're just not getting the signal through the block to the dispensers, which gives you your duration, your corrupt effect, throwing, and all that good stuff. So let's quickly build it. So this is, you can build it at really any height you want, but I like to be able to walk below it. The idea of, I like having it above me, so I want to walk below it. So we need a 3 wide, and then just build a box around your square. Okay, we have ourselves a big box now. Okay, so we want to put our 3 main buttons and our other 3 main buttons on each side. It doesn't matter which side, you can do whatever. Okay, and then we've also got our 2 levers for the extra effects. Okay, and then we're gonna put 3 torches. Whoops. And then see, when you push the button, it'll turn that off, and then it'll just send it up. So then we put another one. Now you can really make this, as I said earlier, you can make this any height you want, as long as the torch is off that's at said dispenser that needs to dispense what you want. So, but I'm just, for the purpose of demonstration, I'm just going to go with what I've already done. Okay. Now it gets easier. Okay, and then we do the same thing over here. We want these torches off. Okay. Now let's place the dispensers. Alright. And then we'll need the extra block behind for the wiring. Okay, and then we place our needed ingredients, I guess you could call them, the bottles and nether wart, which will go into these. And then since the redstone is running across, it powers it. If it was like behind it like this, it wouldn't power it. Alright, and then that's basically it. If you don't want to add the dispensers for the extra effects, that's all you have to do. But of course, we want to add them. So we go down here, and we're going to need to extend these by 2 blocks. And then when the signal goes into that block, it will turn that torch off and then send the signal up. So let's make it like the other ones, same height. Let's take a quick look. I forgot. Alright. Redstone repeater out, no delay. Obviously you could add delay if you really want to. Don't know why. Okay, place our torches down. Alright, and we need another repeater right here. Put our pistons on the end of the repeaters. Place sand there. And then we are going to need to place our dispensers right in front of the sand blocks. And then the signal to power them will come in from the side. So that should push our piston up, and it did, so we're in good business. So let's copy that over here. 2 out, 1 up, and then don't forget your redstone. Whoops. Wrong block. Okay, and then no, okay, do not know what I'm doing. Completely forgot. Okay. Up, out. Redstone repeater out. Okay, we got them facing out. Place our... Whoops, we don't want a delay. Make it day again. Pistons are down. Place the sand. Okay. Now, we want to place the dispensers. And they're in place. Alright, so that's the main. So then when we pull these, of course, piston. Now we want to get our signal up to them so that when they can go through the blocks. Now, the reason I did it like this, where it goes in, it has a redstone repeater going in instead of just redstone coming around, was because it would have a tendency to backtrack itself, and it would leave it on, and we don't want it to leave the circuit on. So made it like that. I obviously did this for a reason. Oops. So I forgot to do this. It's because of the length of the current, but it's fine. Whoops. Destroyed too many. And I did it again. Alright. Now I'm good. Now let's send the signal up. We need one block out. Redstone repeater. Block for the redstone dust. Another block. Block. Repeater. And dust. And let's just do that for the rest of them. Repeater. And 2 out. Repeater. Lag. Dust. Whoops. And then repeater. Dust. Oh, almost forgot that other repeater. So now when we pull this lever, now we will get the signal and up there. So let's test it. Place that there, and we'll just use a lever for purpose. So as you can see, it swaps it. Signal comes up, powers that dispenser, sending that one out, powers the rest, which power these dispensers on the bottom and make those expand. And then see the redstone, the power will come up here, but it's not doing anything because there's no block in front of it to do anything. But since we have our block extended here, it'll go into this block and turn and go to this dispenser, giving us what we wanted from there. So that is basically it. I mean, it's very simple and easy. If I did not explain well enough, please leave a comment and let me know, and I will try to explain further. And expect to soon see a Let's Play episode coming from me of some of my friends and I on our SMP server playing some survival. Alright, see you guys next time.